Pranavanand. Popular. Popular. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Chari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhu. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivraj Kacharya Ashtotta Shatashi Srimad, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter number 31 and shloka number 27 and 28. And the chapter's name is The Creation of the Fourth Order. Okay? 31 chapter. We are doing 2 shlokas today. I'll read the first shloka myself, and then we will repeat the second one. Okay. Because the first shloka doesn't have a purport by Prabhupada, so I'll just read that first shloka, okay? 27 I'll read, 28 will repeat. Yo Naradad Atma Vidyam Adigamya Punarmahim Bhuktva Vibhajya Putrebhya Aishwaram Samagat Padam. Okay, translation I'll read. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. Although Maharaj Priyavrat received instructions from the great sage Narad, he still engaged in ruling the earth. After fully enjoying material possessions, he divided his property among his sons. He then attained a position by which he could return home, back to Godhead. Okay. Next shloka. Today's discussion will be more on this. Okay, everybody repeat. Imam tu kushara vinopa varnitam. Imam tu kaushara vinopa varnitam. Imam tu kaushara vinopa varnitam. Shatta nishamyajita vada satkatam. Shatta nishamyajita vada satkatam. Pravriddha bhavo ashtrukala kulo muner. Pravriddha bhavo ashtrukala kulo muner. Dadhara murdna charanam hridahare. Dadhara murdna charanam hridahare. Imam tu kaushara vinopavarnitam shatta nishamyajita vada satkatam pravriddha bhavu ashru kalakulo muner dadara murthna charanam mridahare. Last time. Imam tu kaushara vinopavarnitam shatta nishamyajita vada satkatam pravriddha bhavu ashru kalakulo muner dadhara murdna charanam hridahare. Imam tu kaushara vinopavarnitam Imam last. Vindam charanam hridahare. Anybody else? Okay. Any Matajis who can read? Imam tu gaushara vinopavarnitam shatta nishamyajita vada satkatam pravritta bhavu ashru kalakulo muner dadhara murdna charanam hridahare. Okay. Translation and purport. Before that, synonyms. Imam. All this to then Kaushara Vina by Maitreya Upavarnitam described Shatta Vidura Nishamya after hearing Ajitavada glorification of the Supreme Lord Satkatham transcendental message Pravriddha enhanced Bhavaha ecstasies Ashru of tears Kala by particles Akulaha overwhelmed Munehe of the great sage Dadhara captured Murdhanha by the head Charanam the lotus feet Hrida by the heart Harehe of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Okay, translation. My dear King, in this way, after hearing the transcendental message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees from the great sage Maitreya, Vidura was overwhelmed with ecstasy. With tears in his eyes, he immediately fell down at the lotus feet of his Guru, his spiritual master. He then fixed the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of his heart. Purport. This is a sign of associating with great devotees. A devotee takes instruction from a liberated soul and is thus overwhelmed by ecstasy from transcendental pleasure. As stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Naisham matistava durukramanghrim sparshat anarthapagamo yadartaha mahiyasam padarajobhishekam nishkinchananam navrinita yavat. Bhagavatam 7.5.32. One cannot become a perfect devotee of the Lord without having touched the lotus feet of a great devotee. One who has nothing to do with this material world is called Nishkinchana. The process of self-realization and path home back to Godhead means surrendering to the bona fide spiritual master and taking the dust of his lotus feet on one's head. Thus one advances on the path of transcendental realization. Vidura had this relationship with Maitreya and he attained the results. Shishi Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. Shishi Gaunithai ki. Shishi Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminiti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. Everybody, welcome to this Srimad Bhagavatam class today. If your darshan is over, you can immediately sit for lecture, okay? That will be nice, so that we can have some peaceful. Okay, so thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Prabhu. All glories to Anandmay Prabhu, seeking his blessings before I speak Srimad Bhagavatam for my own purification. Okay, so today's lecture, this shloka is very important. Imam tu kaushara vinopa varnitam kashatta nishamyajita vada satkatham pravriddha bhavo ashtukala kulo muner dadara murdhana charanam hrida hare. Okay. So, I want to ask a question before I start today's lecture, which is very relevant in this shloka. Okay. The question is, what is that one thing in our devotee's life which is indispensable, which is irreplaceable, which is the most important aspect, which cannot be replaced? I just want to have some answers regarding this question. What everybody thinks, what's that most important, irreplaceable thing in devotion? Everybody should have only one answer. I think everybody has that in their mind. Everybody may say that, okay, fine. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna. Maybe, I think most of you may be thinking, right, like that. Is that what you thought? Or somebody has some other answer? What is that important thing without which we will not exist in devotion? What did you say? Who said that? Association of devotees. Oh, this is a very good answer actually. Yeah. Association of devotees. Prabhupada was also asked about this actually. Once Prabhupada was asked one similar question. Prabhupada was asked, what is important? Kirtan or sadhu sang? And Prabhupada immediately said, there was Kirtan going on together, but he said, Sankirtan. It's not just Kirtan. It has to be Sankirtan. See, the point is when you divide the word Sankirtan, the first thing that comes is Sang. What do you mean by Sang? Sangha. That means association of devotees. In that association, what do? We glorify Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, you said that association of devotees is the most, right? Does it mean that Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam is a wrong statement? Does it mean that? Because that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. That means you are not accepting that topmost principle in devotion given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Param Vijayate, that is the ultimate victories of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What do you mean by that then? Why Sangha is coming for us? Is it that there's a contradiction between two principles then? Why is it like this? Okay, that's fine. I understood that. You said that. I got the point. But why association of devotees is the most indispensable thing for us? I'm talking about us, not for pure devotees. Because we are all in a sadhaka stage. For a person who's sadhaka, initially, it has to be association. All the acharyas, Prabhupada also said, even in the deathbed, Prabhupada was speaking about what? Have good sadhu sangha. In that, everything will manifest. If you don't have sadhu sangha, will Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam will work? Just imagine you want to chant on an isolated room and you take your beads and you think, oh, I have this mantra, I'll chant and I'll go back to Godhead. Within few days, what will happen? You'll stop chanting. Your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra also you will lose if you lose association of devotees. That is a power. Only in association is that we are able to chant Hare Krishna. Without this, you cannot chant. Hare Krishna mantra wouldn't work also. But when you advance, when you mature, when you spend a lot of time, then the Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Yes, definitely, that is the most important. But not for us, at least. For us, it is the association of devotees. This is very important to understand. Many people may think that, oh, I'll chant Hare Krishna, what is this? I don't have to take maybe association. But no, it will not work. You'll fail. How many of you now understood this point? Sadhu Sangha is the primary thing for us. Just imagine what all things we get in the Sadhu Sangha. In fact, our bhakti starts with Sadhu Sangha. Don't you agree? Because as soon we come from outside, from a materialistic perspective, we come inside, and then first thing we get is Sadhu Sangha. And from sadhus only, when we hear Prabhupada, when we read Prabhupada books, then we get that first inspiration to take up devotion. The first faith is also coming from sadhus. Is it a fact that most of us here, maybe we're not devotees, but after reading Prabhupada books, then they became a devotee. Or after meeting devotees, they got that faith. Till that time, of course we have deities, of course we have prasadam, of course we have festivals, of course we have so many things going on. But the ultimate best part is sadhu sangha only. Without sadhu sangha, nothing goes here. How many of you agree? Please raise your hands. Sadhu sangha is the most important, at least for us. Okay, first is inspiration. You start the engine with sadhu sangha. And then what? You take guidance from sadhu sangha only. Start it with sadhu sangha, and then you get guidance. You get the training from sadhus only. They are only giving you. And then what? Then when you are going and when you are doing bhakti, what happens? Then you have to stick for long time. And who is giving that ability to just stick? Sadhu sangha. Starting, guidance, inspiration, and then we need protection also, because it's all so dangerous, material world. When you're practicing devotion, anything can happen at any time. We need protection. Otherwise, you see now also in big spiritual organizations, after many years also, devotees fall down. Great examples we hear. What is the greatest example that we hear? That lack of sadhu sangha has led to fall down of a greatest devotee. Who is that greatest devotee? Bharat Maharaj. See, even for protection from illusion, when we are in sadhu sangha, we feel like we are in house. We are safe. We feel secure. Isn't it a fact? Bharat Maharaj, what happened? He was so renounced. And he was doing his sadhana in an isolated hut. But then he got attached to one deer and then fell down. And then we develop. What else do we get from sadhu sangha? What else do we get? I'm telling basic things what we get. What else we get? Can you give more examples? How do we develop good qualities? In association of devotees, we see people, devotees are humble, devotees are very dedicated, devotees are honest, devotees have so many beautiful qualities. Then what happens? We also imbibe. Sadhu Sangha is giving up these things. That's why every day morning after Mangalarti, what do we say? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhyubhya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. We glorify the sadhus. That, it's only because of you that we exist in devotion. And what else do we get in sadhu sangha? What else we get? Sometimes people ask questions, how do I free myself from bad habits? We have bad habits. Though we are in devotional life, most of us still cultivate the bad habits, or we are suffering from those bad habits. And then you go out and you try some ways. They say read self-help books, or they may say so many ways to get rid of bad habits. Somebody may ask you how to get rid of bad habits. Read self-help books, or then sometimes they say you have to count numbers from back to front, 99, 98, 97, 96. When you are having some anger, or when you have some issues of, then you should count like anger or frustration or fear or whatever. And then I heard one very weird example. Somebody said that, somebody in YouTube, said that if you have some urge for some bad habit, then you should fill your mouth with water and hold it, and then let it be there, and then that thought will go away. And so many things. Self-help books may help also. It's not that they don't help. But ultimate thing is, if you want to get rid of bad habits, what is one thing you have to do? You have to take association of good people. Generally, there is a saying in English. What is that? A person is known by the books he read, or the person he has friends. Not the books, but the friends he keeps. Similarly, if you want to get rid of bad habits, simple. You have to be under a person who has good habits. Simple. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. You be with him, you listen to him, you get scolded by him, don't get hurt. Nowadays, the biggest one disease everybody is, you take guidance when somebody says something, I got hurt, Prabhu, I feel bad. Everybody is like some child. I got hurt. Devotees, senior devotees, they guide and they sometimes scold, and then don't have to get hurt. You have to take a person, take guidance, listen to him, get scolded by him, guided by him, inspired by him, and then all your bad habits will disappear. This is the benefit of. So if somebody asks how to get rid of bad habits, take association of a good person. We need a person in our life to get rid of bad habits, and that person should have good qualities. The only way to get rid of bad habit, any bad habit, let it be. How many of you agree to this? Raise your hands. I want you to be alert, so that's why I ask you to raise your hands. Don't keep raising your hands. Okay, we cultivate humility, we cultivate compassion, we cultivate forgiveness, we cultivate tolerance. How do we cultivate all this? Do you think that you are just chanting and then you are able to cultivate all? No, it's because of our association with good devotees that we are able to imbibe these good qualities. Don't ever think that you have cultivated. It's because of devotees that you have got the qualities. How many of you agree? Yes, right? It's a fact. So these are all the simple benefits. Then the most important thing happens in our devotional life. What is the best thing that happens in association of devotees? Can somebody give an answer? One thing which cannot happen elsewhere. Collective power of chanting. And see, when you are doing service in a group, bliss is totally different. And when you chant together as a group, when you serve Krishna as a group, that bliss is multifold. It happens only in group. Means the real bliss in devotion comes when we are in group, when we are chanting, when we are serving. Then you experience a bliss. You cannot ever experience bliss as an individual person. How many of you, is it a fact? We agree, right? Can you experience happiness alone in a room chanting? Can you just dance alone in a room? Can you read Bhagavatam and then say, I'm feeling very blissful? No, it will never happen. It has to be a collective effort. All the time. All the time. Prabhupada made a nice statement. I heard from a Prabhupada disciple. Prabhupada said, sadhu sangha swargavas. This is a Bengali. Prabhupada used to quote all Bengali quotes. Anybody heard? I want you to fill that. Sadhu sangha swargavas. Asadhu sangha. What will happen? Sadhu sangha will lead to swargavas, and asad sangha will lead to narak. No, not sarvanash. This is a quote from Bengali quote. Prabhupada said, sadhu sang will lead to, of course, we are not talking about Swarga here, but it's a quote. Prabhupada said, the impact of sadhu sangha is that it will lead you to higher levels of bliss. But same time, there is a story in Vishnu Puran. The impact of asadhu sang. In a Vishnu Puran, maybe you might have not heard, there is a story of a king who was a very pious person. Very pious, punyavan, always doing good things. And in Vishnu Puran it said, even 1/8 second of asat sang you have to face the consequences. Sometime in your life, you have to face consequences. 1/8 lava mahatra asadhu sang, you can say. 1/8 second of asat sang, you have to face consequences at some point of time in your life. And this king was very pious, and then he was doing all the pujas. But one day, when he was going somewhere, he happened to meet a chandala, a person who is an atheist. And then he was a friend, somehow in the past, some known person. Then he stopped and then he just spoke for just a moment. And then he said, okay, fine, I'm going. And then in Vishnu Puran, he said that he had to go for a movement to hell. I'm trying to emphasize the importance of not taking asa. So that is how it is. So many benefits. What is the ultimate benefit? The real bliss comes when we are in association. When we are in the Mangalarti, you cannot be alone. You cannot do Mangalarti. You will not experience bliss. When we are in Kirtan, it has to be group. When we are taking Prasad, it has to be. When we are in Bhagavatam, it has to be group. All the time it is. The most important thing is happening in our life is that sadhu sang is there. What do you think now? When I say so many things about sadhu sang, good things, what's coming in your heart? What emotion is coming in your heart now? What emotion do you think is coming in your heart? I want to hear what emotion do you feel now when you hear the glories of sadhu sangha. In a simple, I didn't explain with examples and all. What do you feel now? What do you feel? What do you feel about all the sadhus that you are around you? What is the emotion that you have for them? Because bhakti is all about emotion. You cannot say, yes, I heard Prabhu. Nothing. I'm okay. You understood. I understood Prabhu. What did you understand? What is the emotion that you have? You're chanting Hare Krishna. If you don't get any emotion, if you don't have any bhava, that means you are doing mechanical chanting. If you are hearing a philosophical point, and I tell the glories of, then what is the change? Because in this sloka also it is all about bhava. Sloka is speaking only about the bhava. Because when Vidura was in association of Maitreya, the effect of that association of devotees is that, what happened? He felt ecstatic. There is a transformation in the heart. It's not on the mental platform, which we generally want to experience. Our access is only to the mental platform, because that is what we desire. That is what we understand. Devotion is all about emotion. Now I am asking you, when you hear the glories of sadhus which are helping you move in the devotion, what do you think now about those sadhus? What emotion do you get in your heart? What do you feel for them? Don't you feel anything? What do you feel? Prabhu, what do you feel, Prabhu? All these devotees are helping you to advance, to make you understand, to take you to the next level, protect you, to give you bliss. Now what do you feel for them? What should you feel for them? You don't feel anything. You don't feel thankful. You don't feel gratitude for them. Where is the gratitude? Every day. Gratitude is what? And when you have gratitude, then what comes out from inside? When you have gratitude, you just say, okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I like it. You gave sadhu sangha to me. I'm advancing. Is it what you do? It's not what we do. When we have gratitude for devotees, because of them that I exist in devotion. I am a devotee because of you. I'm chanting because of you. I'm happy because of you. I'm protected because of you. You are there, that's why I'm here. And then you have gratitude. And because of gratitude, you will feel the urge to serve them. Don't you feel that? Don't you feel when your parents are lovingly taking care of you, protecting you, maintaining you, then you don't feel anything for them. You feel gratitude, you feel love. Service means love. You want to serve devotees because of their role in your life. Isn't it a fact? Isn't it a fact? Don't you feel, how many of you feel that? How many of you at least now felt a little bit of it? Till that time, till this time, we never thought about this angle, right? We always thought, okay, fine, sadhu sangha, it is a complacent situation. Prabhu, you feel gratitude, Prabhu, now? You feel, right? So that is what we should cultivate. We should be very full of gratitude. We should see every day we are coming here. There are always devotees here in the altar. Devotees in chanting Hare Krishna. We are doing Hare Nam Sankirtan. We are distributing books. Everybody. We are blissful. We want to come back. We want to enjoy. We are experiencing transformation in the heart. There is a saying, I think Rupa Goswami says, I don't remember exactly who said that. I think Rupa Goswami said in one statement that if you serve Krishna, you may or may not attain him. You serve Krishna, you may or may not attain him. But if you serve devotees, you are 100% sure you're going to attain Krishna. No doubt about it. Krishna is more pleased when you serve his devotee. You know this principle. So devotees are so important. That is what the mood of this shloka. In this shloka, it's very nice explaining. What is that? Can you play this? Okay. This shloka, I'll explain. Just sit down, no problem. So in this shloka, it is explained the effect of associating with a pure devotee. Or pure devotee, or you can call him sincere advanced devotee. Prabhupada is pure devotee, definitely. But we also have lot of devotees who are very sincere, who are very strict, and who are very advanced, we feel. So what is the effect of associating with, and now I want you to contemplate on whether are you experiencing this kind of symptoms, because we are also associating. If you're not getting this, then you should think about it. What should we do? Okay, what is the effect? We generally, when we hear from advanced devotees or sincere devotees, serious devotees, then we hear about the glories of what? Glories of Krishna. We hear about Krishna, right? That is what happened. Now, when we hear from a pure devotee like Prabhupada or all the acharyas that we have on the altar, all the altar we have full of all pure devotees. And then, it's not just acharya, most of the devotees, they may just think that, okay, we have altar, we have so many, photos. And then we have acharyas. Are they acharyas? Or are they somebody more than acharyas for us? Who are they for us? For devotees who are practicing devotion, who are they for us? Oh, acharyas, Hare Krishna. I should pranam. Is it that what we should cultivate? Or should we think beyond this concept? Who are they actually in the altar now? Or if you have an altar at home and you are practicing devotion, every day you see the altar and you see the Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, Jagannath, Baldev Subhadra Maya, and then we have full parampara. What should be the bhava actually if you are really getting into depths of devotion? Who are they? Who are Radha Krishna for us? Who are Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra for us? Just God? He is the supreme personality of God. Is it what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said us to see? They are our family members. They are our father and mother. The bhava is love. We are not just staring at some photo and thinking that, oh, they are God or that is Aishwarya Bhav. No, we are going, and then all the acharyas, they are our family members, they are our great grandfathers, they are, they are our family. Isn't it? No, if you think in another way, if you think they are acharya, then you will do puja. Or if you don't think in them in acharya, definitely. But if you take them as family, then what will you do? You will do puja, or what you will do? You will love them. What do you think? We should love them or we should do puja for them? Prabhu, we should respect Krishna, Radha Krishna, we should love them because they are our family. The family means different emotion, right? Isn't it a fact? But we don't get that emotion, right? We have some other bhava going on inside. We are on the mental platform most of the times. We are not thinking like that. We are every day thinking, oh, some great personalities are there. I should do dandavat pranam to them. Every day I should just bend. And then that's it. No, that's the bhava. No, you can go a little further. That is the emotion we should cultivate. No, see, I'm trying to preach myself also because it's very difficult. No, we should do this actually. We should try to do this. Every day, Prabhupada, with love, we should offer pranam and thinking that, see, Prabhupada is, I'm in Prabhupada's family. We should have that bhava. How nice it will be if you cultivate that bhava. How enjoyable, how pleasurable it will be when we see Radha Krishna as our real parents, or any, or the whole parampara you take in a very loving, because that's what this shloka talking about. It's talking about ecstasy. Ecstasy comes from mind, or from your body, or from your heart. Where does it come from? It comes from heart. It's all about heart. It's Krishna consciousness. It's Krishna bhavnamrita. What is that? Krishna bhavnamrita sang. It's not Krishna something else. It's Krishna consciousness. It's all about heart. But do we access that emotion of heart? How many of you access that? No, we don't access. We are generally restricted to, I'll tell you where we are restricted. That's why there is a very important shloka which everybody should understand. I want to tell you that shloka today, because here it is speaking about emotions. And if you look at Rupa Goswami's definition of bhakti, can somebody define what is Rupa Goswami's definition of bhakti? And nectar of devotion? Anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnano shilanam bhaktir uttama. Here in this shloka, it is saying that Vidura, when he heard about Krishna from Maitreya, he had ecstatic emotional feelings coming, a transformation in the heart. And then in that emotion, what he did, he surrendered. He just grabbed, or grabbed means he fell at the feet of Maitreya. That ecstatic feeling led to immediately falling. Okay, let's not. Okay, so what happened? It's a heart transforming event when we hear from pure devotee or serious, sincere devotees. Now I'm asking you, do we feel that? Do we feel that? That's why Rupa Goswami gave this definition is anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anav. What do you mean by jnana karmadi anavritam? Rupa Goswami said, your devotion should not be covered or influenced by karma or jnana. What do you mean by influenced by karma or jnana? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Is our devotion influenced by karma, or is it influenced by jnana? He says, no, it should not be influenced. But can we stop acting karma? Can we stop from getting knowledge? But he says, no, it should not be influenced. What do you mean by karma influencing your devotion? Can anybody tell? What do you mean by karma influencing your devotion? Can it influence? Can your knowledge influence your devotion? If it influences, that is not devotion. What is, can somebody tell what is karma influencing devotion? What do you mean by karma influencing? Jnana karmadi anavrita. Anavrita means it should be uncovered. It should be uninfluenced by jnana and karma. How does karma influence? What is the psychology of a person who is influenced by karma? What is the psychology of a person who is influenced by jnana? Because it will stop you from experiencing pure devotion. How does it influence? Now, this is what is not allowed to do. Because you can't experience. That's what we are restricted to, this karma and jnana platform. How does it happen? How does karma influence your? Can somebody answer? What is the nature of karma? You can try to understand like that. I'll try to explain you. What is the nature of karma? Karma means you are doing some activity. Then a psychology of a person who is acting, who is doing some activity. What is the psychology generally? Generally, expecting results. All the time, the psychology, because our ego needs validation. How does the validation happen to your efforts? By the yes. Rupa Goswami says, don't bring that here. When you are trying to understand Krishna, you cannot bring your efforts and say that I'll put my efforts and I'll understand Krishna. It is not possible. Krishna is beyond. He is achintya. He cannot be understood by your effort. Come, become humble. Say that, okay, I'll work. But it may not happen that I'll understand Krishna with my effort. Because general tendency of a psychology of a mind is that we want results. And then we bring the same concept to, where do we bring? Where do we bring? To devotion. We think that I'll put efforts. I'll do book distribution. I'll serve. I'll do this. I'll manage this department. I will raise funds. And somehow, I'm advancing in devotion and I'm getting results. And Krishna will be happy. Relax. No, nothing is going to happen. Krishna says, Krishna is beyond. Don't bring all these bullshit concepts here. You do seva. Do seva. Expect that, okay, fine, I'm doing this because this is what I should do. But don't bring your ego, thinking that I have got the result now. Got the result means what do we think? I got Krishna now. I'll get Krishna with my effort. No, it will not happen. Our ego has to be silenced. It's karma. In jnana, what happens? Jnana is general tendency when you try to understand jnana. Jnana is all about impersonal understanding about God. One aspect is. And then ego, our mind, our soul has ego that I can one day understand Krishna with my ability. I have the ability. Ego gets satisfied. That's why we apply logic. Yes, Prabhu, I sat in the lecture. I got the point, Prabhu. I understood it today. I know it now. I understood what is Krishna. Cool down. Krishna says, stop it. Not jnana, not karma. All the slokas in Bhagavatam, they are bringing the way. Don't bring your ego here. Just suspend your ego. Suspend your thought that with my efforts, with my intellectual or logical analysis, I will be able to understand. You have to bring the element of uncertainty in your devotion. That yes, I will do devotion. I may not understand Krishna, but I will still be devoted to Krishna at all time. I will not understand Krishna. Like for example, I can give an example to make you understand. If you are going into an ocean with a boat and you are rowing the boat and you want to understand the ocean. How you want to understand? You are rowing the boat and you are going inside. You saw the ocean. Ocean is waves. Initially you saw the waves. You saw the water salty. You understood the water is cold. The breeze is coming and then you want to understand. Oh, I understood so many things about boat. I'll go understand more. Ocean. And then you go inside. And then you enter deepness of the ocean. Then what do you realize now? Now what do you realize? What do you realize, Prabhu? That it is getting impossible now. It is deep. I can't fathom the depth of this ocean. I can't understand the vastness of this ocean. It is impossible. We start with that impetus to understand, but when the person goes deeper into the ocean, he says, now I surrender. I can't understand. The more you go, in devotion also it happens like that. It should happen like that. You should become humble. The more you understand Krishna, the more you realize that you cannot understand Krishna. No, that is what is the dynamism of devotion. Krishna wants that to happen. Krishna wants you to accept the fact that you cannot understand with your efforts. You cannot understand with your intellectual ability. You have to bring the concept of uncertainty. Oh, everything looks so uncertain now. I'll never be able to, and it creates a sense of adventure also in devotion. I will not be able to understand. And then it makes you, what it does to your ego? It makes your ego, it makes you humble. Then Krishna is thinking, okay. That's why Krishna gives you different types of realizations in devotion, no? So that it keeps it dynamic. Krishna is not a static person. Krishna is not just, okay, I'm like this, that's it. It changes. So many things can change. Some things you understand, Krishna makes you understand, and then gives you that feeling of, yes, and then so many things that you cannot understand, and then it is all mystery. And then you are going in the zone of mystery, and you have now said, this is the humility. In this, you become humble. You understand what I'm trying to tell? That's why Rupa Goswami is defining bhakti as what? As what? Jnana karma adi anavritam. Suspend your karma and suspend your jnana. Come. Take it as it's a challenge. It's a mystery. We should understand that. We should never take Krishna for granted. So that's why here, it's all about, that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness, You can never understand Krishna, and you go with that understanding. You like this concept, it's so mysterious, You can never understand with our capacity to Can we? No. So many shlokas in Bhagavatam. I want to read some shlokas, What is the shloka? It's basic shloka 18.55. Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yashashmi tatvata tato mam tatvuto gyatva vishadetana. Krishna says, only devotion, only love can make me conquer. There is no way to understand me. No jnana, no karma, no yoga. That's why Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam. That's why 3 times Hare, Hare, Hare. Kalau nasti. That Hare, Hare, Hare 3 times. No karma, no jnana, no yoga, nothing. And then so many shlokas here. Atapite deva padambujadvaya prasadalesa anugrahata evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya ekpo chiram vichinvan. Here also it is said, if we get a drop of mercy from your, Brahma is praying. In that, what is the chapter's name? That Brahma Vimohana Lila. In that, after getting bewildered, Brahma is saying, Krishna, if I get a small drop of mercy from your feet, then maybe I'll understand your greatness. Otherwise, I don't have any ability to understand. Brahma is saying, all great people. And then so many shlokas. Jnane prayasa mudapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukharatam bhavadiya vartam stane stita stitigatam tanuvan manobi ye prayaso jita jitopi asitrai trilokyam. Here it is mentioned that, see, Krishna is Ajit. Nobody can conquer. But if you apply love, then Krishna gets conquered. Jnane prayas. Don't put your prayas. Prayas means what? Effort to understand Krishna by your jnana. No, it will not work. This was very famous. These shlokas are very famous. So, what is the ultimate point that I wanted to tell you? Oh, time is 9:10 already. I didn't even finish half lecture. Still, I just started. I thought I'll just think. Can't capture Krishna in 45 minutes. Okay, so that is the point. That is the point. So these temples, the deities, this prasadam, these festivals, all things are ultimately, all these things make sense when we have devotees. Otherwise, no sense. It doesn't help us to be in devotion, to advance in devotion, nothing. That's why all these temples are meant for what? One thing. Come together and associate. That's it. Bhakti Maharaj, when he used to give lectures, how many hours he used to give lectures, 8 hours, 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours. And then lecture is to go on. And devotees, all these Gaudiya Math Vaishnavas sit and then listen. And most of all these Bengalis and Odiyawalas, they will sleep. They'll go and back and sleep. He's giving lecture and most of them are sleeping, some are sitting. And after sleeping, they'll wake up, they'll wash their face and again come and sit. After some time, senior disciples would go to Bhakti Maharaj and from backside they used to sit, watch, see the time. He said, you are Maya. You are stopping Krishna's katha. You are Maya. He used to scold. Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. If you read Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav, you will find all this understanding. And Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, when he was meeting his one of the disciples of his Divine Grace, Bhakti Maharaj, what happened? What I was telling? Okay, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, when he was meeting one of disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, his name was Jatishekar Prabhu. Anybody heard? Jatishekar Prabhu? He's the last living disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. And he went and he asked, he was living alone actually. This disciple, Jatishekar Prabhu, was living alone. Bhakti Vikas Maharaj asked, why you are living alone? No, why you are living? Where are the devotees? He said, where are the devotees? There are no devotees nowadays. Devotees are so rare nowadays. So if you want to take good association of devotees, you need to know the value of devotees. You cannot take, if you have a Ferrari car, if you don't know how to drive, it's like bullshit. Now you have devotees, but you also should know how to take association. How will you take association of devotees? Only when you know the value. We don't really understand the value. How rare. Bhakti Jatishekar Prabhu said, where are the devotees nowadays? That means devotees are very rare. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he used to offer pranams 2000 times. Anybody heard? to devotees, to all the Vaishnavas, those who can't see also. 2000 times can you offer Dandavat? Can you offer? He was remembering all those devotees and then offering. It's not some physical. Most of the times he was remembering them, and in the mind only he used to offer. Because it is a value. You don't get devotees association nowadays. Because our effort should always to seek good association. When we come to temple, what should be our effort? What should be our effort? Tell me. To seek good association. All of our effort should be to seek good association. Advanced devotees. And how do we know who is a devotee? How do we know who is a devotee, who is not a devotee? By looking at tilak. Oh, nice. You are a devotee. Your dhoti is so perfect. You are a devotee. Yes, you are shaved, so shining all the time. You are a devotee. How do we know? Talk to a devotee, you'll know. You talk to a devotee, you'll know whether he's a good devotee or not. Good means in a devotee or not. How do we know? What will you talk about? He's wearing Kantimala. Okay, everybody seems to be talking about Krishna only most of the times because you're in the temple. But sometimes you need to talk to devotee to understand. I would say only one thing to understand. If you talk to a devotee and after some time you'll realize that he's very clear about his goal in life. Very clear. He understood that Krishna is the goal. He may be not so shining head or tilak. He may not be like that. Or he may not be able to come to the Mangalarti every day. Or he may not be good in sadhana. Or he may be a little lazy also. But one thing is clear in his mind. Generally. That Krishna is the goal of life. Yes, this is unchangeable. You speak to a devotee. You'll understand. He'll not speak anything. Maybe he'll speak so many things. But one core aspect of his life is that he knows that there is nothing else other than Krishna in my life. Right? You understand what I'm trying to tell? How many of you, do we feel that somewhere inside that yes, Krishna is the goal, yaar, whatever it is. I may not be so advanced, or you may not see somebody as very advanced. He may be lazy, he may be like, he may not be having very strong sadhana also sometimes. Krishna, that's why doesn't discriminate between somebody who is coming for Mangalarti and who is not coming. Because of so many reasons. Because Krishna is looking into your heart. What is the goal? And if you have kept, I'm talking in a general sense. But if you come for Mangalarti, you'll get bonus points. That's for sure. I'm telling you in a general sense, it's the heart. It's the intention of the person. That's why every action behind intention we have to. It's just because you're doing some activity doesn't make you a great devotee. Forget. Like for example, there is an example of a person in Gaudiya Math, Bhaksya Maharaj. One boy used to come to temple every day. And he used to come in the evening and he used to go and play football. What is this? Come to temple, have prasadam, go and football and come and sleep and then morning. And then everybody started complaining to Bhaksya Maharaj. Get him out. He's not a devotee. Bhaksya Maharaj called that boy and asked him, why are you coming to temple? He said, I want to attend Mangalarti every day. I want to see Krishna every day. Man. That's it, finish. He said, let him be here. Let him be here. This is what is important. It may be like that in certain case. But we need to always check the intention of a person. You understand the point? Right? Just try to understand this point. So whenever we see devotees, we should be very ecstatic. My God, I'm getting association. Because when we see devotees, we feel this material was so dangerous. I am safe because of them. My security, my happiness is in their hands. Because of them that I am feeling secure, like a family. I go outside, such a dangerous situation. Maya is waiting for me. And that's why it's like sticks coming together. Till we are in association, Maya cannot do anything. But when you go out alone, Maya will kick you left, right, center. Cheerfad. So that's the thing. And there is one shloka which I want to quote before I close this class today. Prabhupada, this is a very important shloka which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai discuss. One question Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Rai. What is that greatest pain one can experience in life? What is the greatest pain of a devotee? It's a very famous shloka. Most of you might have heard. What is the greatest pain for a devotee? Can somebody answer? What is the greatest pain? Separation from devotees. दुख मध्य कोनो दुख है गुरुतार, Krishna bhakta virahi dukh nahi kahi nar. There is no pain as severe as being separated from a devotee, for a devotee. The greatest pain. So we should understand the value of devotees, and what is the shloka from Bhagavad Gita which I want to quote before I finish that, where it is mentioned that Machchitta madgata prana bodayantas parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Our happiness lies only in one thing, in devotion. Hearing about Krishna with the devotees. There is no other happiness. Tushyanti cha. Our happiness lies in nothing else. So that's how we should understand the value of devotees association. And when we hear in association of devotees, then we experience bliss. But now ultimately one point which, if you are in association of devotees and if you don't do what we discussed today, if we are in association of devotees, we have good devotees, and we understand the value of devotees, and we are taking that association, will become happy. If we don't understand the value of devotees, if we don't take their association, if we don't hear about Krishna from them, still being in association, what will happen? Then you are in association, but you don't value them. You don't hear from them properly about Krishna. Then what will happen? The reverse will happen. Though you are in association of devotees, you will experience depression. Same thing like outside. Inside also you will experience the same. If you don't do what you are supposed to do in association of devotees. Don't think that, okay, Prabhu, I'm in association of devotees, I'm just doing some activity, I don't understand their value, I don't hear properly. Then inside you will find fault among devotees. You will say, this devotee is bad. This devotee is doing politics. This devotee is, you'll feel all the problems which materialistic people inside with devotees. They will not leave you. Don't just being here doesn't make you immune to problems. With the devotee inside temple, you will experience suffering, misery, depression. You understand what I'm trying to tell? That means we have to do what we have to do in association of devotee. If you don't do that, you will suffer. Suffer means you will experience same tribulations. You will experience the same problems. You will experience. Then such people who don't properly associate with devotees, don't understand the value. They say that devotee is like speaking like all nonsense. Sansk Bahu ki story will start among devotees. They'll say this devotee is like that. This devotee is not doing sadhana properly. This devotee has some attitude issue. This devotee is doing politics with me. This devotee is just fit for nothing. He's a lazy guy, and he will do all these things. And what will happen? You'll have experience pain inside with the devotees. That means we should do what we are supposed to do. Understand the value, take full benefit, and associate, hear about Krishna, and then what will happen? That shloka is speaking. Ecstasy. Ecstasy. You'll feel bliss. You'll feel transformation in the heart. You'll feel change. You'll feel love for Krishna. That is what is the message of today's class. That means understand devotee, who is a devotee, understand the value of devotee, do what you should do with the devotee, do proper hearing among devotee, and then experience tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. If you don't do this, despite your presence in devotee association, you will still experience the same anxiety, same frustration, same depression, same problems that people experience outside. The only difference is you are inside, you are experiencing, people are outside, people are experiencing. No change. So be careful. Be careful. Understand. Appreciate. Be gratitude. Have gratitude. Take full advantage. Thank them. Be happy. Here. Then you see the transformation. We want this transfer. Don't be on the mental platform. Don't be on the karma platform. I am working. I am doing. I understood. Nothing. That is the message of today's class. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Shiv Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. I already took so much time, but still I would like to ask you if you have any question. Any question? Was it clear, or there may be, I was not fully elaborate maybe, but be careful inside also. Maya will come inside and beat you left, right. So take proper association, be blissful. Don't become depressed. Don't be in anxiety. Don't be in confusion. Be clear. Experience transformation inside the heart. Experience bliss. That will happen when you properly understand what is devotee association. What is their value. Okay? Thank you so much for your time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki